Today on Bible Babble with Brett and Kimmy, let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome back. We have been discussing the story of Jacob, and we are prepared to pick up where he is preparing to go meet with his brother Esau again.
Him who he done dirty.
Yeah, the dirty deed is done. Now he's got to go clean up the mess.
Between him and his mom. Boy, I tell you, there's a team.
Yeah. So we start chapter 32 where Jacob is preparing to meet Esau, but he's wrestling with himself about it.
Yep. Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." So he called the name of that place Mahanaim.
I read that, and all I could think was, phenomena. do, 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 do.
It was either that or I was going to go with Mannheim Steamroller, but, you know. And Jacob sent messages before him to Esau, his brother, in the land of Seir, the country of Edom, instructing them, "Thus you shall say to my lord Esau, thus says your servant Jacob, I have sojourned with Laban and stayed until now. I have oxen, donkeys, flocks, male servants and female servants. I have sent to tell my lord in order that I may find favor in your sight." And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, "We came to your brother Esau, and he is coming to meet you, and there are 400 men with him."
Ooh.
Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. He divided the people who were with him, and the flocks and herds and camels, into two camps, thinking, if Esau comes to the one camp and attacks it, then the camp that is left will escape. So, again, being tricksy with people, we'll make two camps, and, well, some of you might die. But hey, I'll be all right. He probably isn't going to be in either of those camps. He's probably going to be on a mountain over there with his binoculars
So in
watching.
the world of wrestling, who would you equate Jacob with, and who would you equate Esau with?
It just depends. I don't know who's going to be the heel this time.
Oh.
It's important to know, but it's hard to tell. Which way is this going to roll? But as usual, Jacob seems to be living up to his name, right?
Yep.
And Jacob said, "O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, O Lord, who said to me, return to your country and to your kindred, that I may do you good. I am not worthy of the least of all the deeds of steadfast love and all the faithfulness that you have shown to your servant. For with only my staff I crossed this Jordan, and now I have become two camps. Please deliver me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, that he may come and attack me, the mothers with the children."
Pause. Back here in this, I am unworthy of your kindness and faithfulness you have shown your servant. I had only my staff when I crossed this Jordan. He says Jordan like it's
A river.
this Jordan, like it's almost like it's a thing.
A river.
But he uses this instead of I have crossed the Jordan River, or I have crossed.
Well, you keep trying to equate a way we speak in English in the 21st century
This
to the way they spoke at somewhere, let's see, this would be about 6,000 BC.
Oh, he said it like it's not a place specific, but a verb. I don't know. Anyways, save me, I pray, from the hand of my brother Esau, for I am afraid he will come and attack me, and also the mothers with their children. But you have said, I will surely make you prosper, and will make your descendants like the sand of the sea, which cannot be counted. He spent the night there, and from what he had with him, he selected a gift for his brother Esau, 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes, and 20 rams. Excuse me. I'm allergic to sheep.
Or the camels, 30 milking camels and their calves, 40 cows and 10 bulls,
That's bull.
20 female donkeys and 10 male donkeys. These he handed over to his servants. Every drove by itself, and said to his servants, "Pass on ahead of me, and put a space between drove and drove." He instructed the first, "When Esau my brother meets you and asks you, 'To whom do you belong? Where are you going, and what are these ahead of you?' Then you shall say, 'They belong to your servant Jacob. They are a present sent to my lord Esau, and moreover, he is behind us.' He likewise instructed the second and the third and all who followed the droves. You shall say the same thing to Esau when you find him. And you shall say, 'Moreover, your servant Jacob is behind us, for he thought, I may appease him with the present that goes ahead of me, and afterward I shall see his face. Perhaps he will accept me.' So the present passed on ahead of him, and he himself stayed that night in the camp."
Now comes WrestleMania.
So, is this a cage match, or?
It is a cage match.
You want me to read?
I will.
Okay.
That night, Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons, and crossed the fjord of the Jabbok. After he had sent them across the stream, he sent over all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak. Who is this man? Where did said man come from? Because he was alone, hence the cage match. But Jacob wrestled with the man. Oh, wait, where am I? Till daybreak. When the man saw that he could not overpower him, he touched the socket of Jacob's hip, so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled with the man. The man said, "Let me go, for it is daybreak." But Jacob replied, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." The man asked him, "What is your name?" "Jacob," he answered. Then the man said, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with humans and have overcome." Jacob said, "Please tell me your name." But he replied, "Why do you ask my name?" Then he blessed him there. So Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, "It's because I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared." The sun rose above him as he passed Peniel, and he was limping because of his hip. Therefore, to this day, the Israelites do not eat the tendon attached to the socket of the hip, because the socket of Jacob's hip was touched near the tendon.
Okay.
Also, where did this man come from? He came from out of nowhere. How did he get there?
Again, the Lord does his things.
Maybe the Lord touched my hip. That's why it hurts all the time.
Oh, have you wrestled?
I have done some wrestling with God in my day. Yes.
And he whooped you, huh?
He kicked my butt.
Every time.
Thither, to, and from.
Jacob meets Esau now.
Oh.
And Jacob lifted up his eyes
Cage match number 2.
and looked, and behold, Esau was coming, and 400 men with him. So he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the 2 female servants. And he put the servants with their children in front, then Leah with her children, then Rachel and Joseph last of all. He himself went on before them, bowing himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. But Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And when Esau lifted up his eyes and saw the women and children, he said, "Who are these with you?" Jacob said, "The children whom God has graciously given your servant." Then the servants drew near, they and their children, and bowed down. Leah likewise and her children drew near and bowed down. And last Joseph and Rachel drew near, and they bowed down. Esau said, "What do you mean by all this company that I met?" Jacob answered, "To find favor in the sight of my Lord." But Esau said, "I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself. Jacob said, No, please, if I have found favor in your sight, then accept my present from my hand. For I have seen your face, which is like seeing the face of God, and you have accepted me. Please accept my blessing that is brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me, because I have enough. Then he urged him, and he took it. Then Esau said, Let us journey on our way, and I will go ahead of you. Which is a footnote. It said, or along with you. But Jacob said to him, My Lord knows that the children are frail, and the nursing flocks and herds are a care to me. If they are driven hard for one day, all the flocks will die. Let my Lord pass on ahead of his servant. I will lead them slowly at the pace of the livestock that are ahead of me, and at the pace of the children, until I come to my Lord in Seir. So Esau said, Let me leave with you some of the people who are with me. But he said, What need is there? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir. But Jacob journeyed to Succoth, and built himself a house, and made booths for his livestock. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. Okay. Succoth means booths.
After Jacob came from Padam Aram, he arrived safely at the city of Shechem in Canaan, and camped with sight of the city. For 100 pieces of silver he bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, the plot of ground where he pitched his tent. There he set up an altar and called it El Elohe Israel. So it's not real descriptive here, but did he just deceive Esau again?
In what way?
That he said he would follow, but he goes another way and Esau goes another.
Well, let's see here. Does he eventually come to him?
Right here. I already have plenty. You keep. Please know, Jacob, I found favor in your eyes. Yada, yada, yada. Please accept the present that was brought to you from God. Gracious. Then Esau said, Let us be on our way. I'll accompany you. But Jacob said to him, My Lord knows that the children are tender and I must care for, blah, blah, blah. So let my Lord go on ahead of his servant, while I move along slowly at the pace of my flocks and herds before me and the pace of the children, until I come to my Lord in Seir. Esau said, Then let me leave some of my men with you. But why do that? Jacob asked. Just let me find favor in the eyes of my Lord. So that day Esau started on his way back to Seir.
Right.
Jacob, however, went to
you didn't know. You can read more, because you can't just cut it off there. Return that day on his way to Seir. On his way to Seir. But Jacob journeyed to Succoth and built himself a house and made booths for his livestock. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. So does he never go to Seir?
According to this, he does not.
Does it say he does not?
It says that he
does it say that he does
that
not?
He bought.
Does it say?
It doesn't say he does not.
That's what I'm
but it
asking
says
question.
that he, for 100 pieces of silver, he bought from the sons of Hamor,
Yes.
the father of Shechem, the plot of ground where he pitched his tent. There he set up and called it El Elohe.
And if I'm headed to Payson, I stop in Mesa for 2 years first, am I still coming to Payson? He didn't say when he was going to come there. He said he would follow.
Yeah, well.
So I don't know. We got more. There's a lot more Jacob words in this part of Genesis. So you know.
Here's something to take note of. That he wrestled with himself over meeting his brother and seeing his brother again, knowing his brother was angry about him being deceitful to him and taking his blessing. He wrestled with what should happen. But you have to give Esau some credit because he let it go. It had
only been how many years?
A lot.
At least 20?
At least 20. He had wrestled, he had every right to still hold a grudge and be mad at his brother. But instead he opened him with he welcomed him with open arms. And
That's better than he opened him with welcome arms.
that's true. But I think we're going to quit there. But, that says something about how we need to approach it when people have done something wrong to us.
Right.
That doesn't mean that we are not going to be upset or disappointed. But we need to take the time and pray about it and ask God to remove that burden of pain from our heart so that we can be open and accepting of those people, even though...
No matter how much of a jerk our little brother was.
That's right. You hear that, Reed? So, you have any thoughts on that?
No, just it's we're trying to figure out exactly what's going on here, because there's a long and storied tale here that's very interesting. Where does it end? We don't know yet. So there's possibility that he may end up in Seir.
There's a possibility he just deceived his brother again, even though his brother openly accepted him.
Yep. So I guess we'll just have to read further and find out.
Yep. Don't forget, if you have questions or comments or insight on this, comment below. And don't forget to like, share,
and subscribe.
And subscribe. Because when you share, you're sharing God's word with others.
We look forward to seeing you again soon.